first night out. Thank heaven the dishes are done, floors swept, cats fed. Now enjoy TV with my handsome man. Darling, we never seem to have any time just for us and TV. Now, Joni, you know that this is Thursday, and you know what I do every Thursday. Don't tell me that you're going out with the boys again. We don't ever have time together with me teaching and you working nights. We agreed we need some space, and I enjoy my poker night. I need some mental health relaxation time. When we agreed to occasional nights out, I didn't think that meant every Thursday night, week after week. You need to take time for yourself. Go out with the girls. I married you to be with you, not with my girlfriends. Besides, they're all married, most have kids, and they're busy. Oh, don't start on about kids. You know we're saving so that we can afford a family. We'd have a lot more saved if you didn't play poker. Now, that's a low blow. We agreed that we each have our own money to spend however we want to, and I don't complain about your closet full of $100 shoes. Now you're expecting me to dress like a dowdy frump? Joan, you are being unreasonable. I'm going to my game. I'm sorry, it's just that I love and miss you, and I just want more time with you. I love and miss you too, sweetheart. We're going to have to find a way to be together more often. Now give me one of your lovely kisses and I'll be home about midnight. I'm sorry to be such a nag. It's just because I love you. Darling, she thinks I'm off to play poker with the boys. I'll be there in 10, ready for a few hours of passionate delights. I'm not expected home till midnight, so break out that great Merlot and your sexiest nightgown. Oh, she thought to herself, time for a bubble bath, a shampoo, a blow dry, my most exotic perfume, and my beautiful negligee, and Alan will be here for 4 hours of bliss.
My story is dialogue between a graduate student and his wife. They're going out to a seal colony. The story is called Nature Walk. What do you mean we're going to a nudist colony? I don't want to take my clothes off in front of my friends, let alone a bunch of sun-worshipping strangers. You can go by yourself. Don't get knotted up in your knickers. We have permission to visit the wildlife preserve, which is adjacent to the grounds of the nudist colony. Tell me why we have to go today and right now. The sun won't be up for another hour. There's a storm offshore. I need the pictures to count the females before the bulls arrive. The leading bulls have been observed about 60 miles offshore. I think they're waiting for the storm to subside. Why you? I know how to operate the cameras. It takes about an hour to set them up, and I need the lab credits for my natural science class. How can you tell if the seal colony has grown or declined since last year? The university has counted the seals in the colony for the past 20 years. What is surprising is the growth of the predators. The coyotes and foxes are large enough to capture and steal the seal pups. They learn to wait for the outlying females to go fishing in the bay. Then they grab the pups. That's terrible. Why don't you big shot scientists do something about those baby killers? We have. The nudists are managing their garbage and waste exceptionally well. The state forbids the poisoning of wildlife. They can be trapped and transported to other wildlife areas. Let's get this show on the road. It will take about 10 minutes to climb to the top. We need to make some noise as we go. I don't want to surprise a mother seal with a pup and get attacked. Follow me. While I set up the camera, look for seals down in those draws. I have this camera set. Let's go to the lighthouse. We'll take the long way around and not go through the middle of the colony. Oh my gosh, over there, it's a baby seal that's missing half its flipper. We have to do something. No, we don't. Leave it alone. A coyote or fox will get it to feed its own young. That's nature. Now that's mean. It's downright cruel. That baby is suffering. It'll feed a starving fox kit or a coyote pup. See over there, there's one hiding, waiting for us to pass. It might even attack us if it's hungry enough. I'm never going to come out here with you again. It's horrifying. I'll climb the ladder into the lighthouse first. There may be raccoons or skunks up there. The metal screens did their job. It's a little dusty and mildewed. There must be 1,000 seals out there. If you look closely, you can see orca fins breaking water. It's beautiful up here. Here comes the sun. It is beautiful. I'm glad you told me to bring my cell phone. It takes good pictures. I can text them to our moms. I'm going to send them a picture of the nudist colony sign. That'll get them off their lazy boys. We can even stand behind the sign bare-legged with our bathing suits. My dad will swallow his teeth when he sees it. I'm glad you asked me to help you. The stories will be hilarious. We're done with the lab shoot. The pictures are perfect. Since we're the only ones here, we don't have to worry about hiding behind a sign with our bathing suits. Are you ready? First one behind the sign without their clothes wins. What's the prize? Winner's choice. Hey, slow down, you're cheating. I have to lock this place up and lug the gear of the car. Too bad. That's nature.
Dumpster dreaming. Part of my job is to throw out the trash. There are 2 dumpsters out back with a locking rod that surrounds them. If the dumpsters are full, we at times leave empty boxes out along the side. Lately, I have felt guilty about throwing out food. As I dispose of pieces of meat and vegetables, I think that some of it could actually be saved, maybe used for a meal. Maybe someone could eat this. People are hungry and I'm throwing it in the garbage. It's as though these thoughts are weaved in and out of my heart like heavy stones. Today I'm the last one to leave the restaurant after working a double shift. It is very late and the parking lot is empty except for my car. I lock up and head towards my vehicle when I see the wind, or perhaps a spirit, moving a bunch of these boxes off the ground from one side of the shopping mall to the other. They glide up and down like a cloud, stopping here, stopping there. Sitting amongst these boxes is someone, something. I'm trying to make out what I'm seeing. First, I think it's a dog, an animal, then maybe a small child. But then I realize it's an old woman. She is sitting in one of these boxes we threw out yesterday. She is so dirty. Yet her eyes are clear, almost translucent. And before she notices me, she has a smile full of delight and joy. Her long matted hair is pasty and stuck to her scalp, as if someone disposed slops of old food and maggots all over her. Then our eyes meet. She looks at me in surprise, and her composure changes to fear and sadness. I am not supposed to be here. This is her parade, her secret. I quickly shut my eyes, and for a moment, as if to let her know that I didn't see anything. But of course, my beating chest says the contrary. Then I open my eyes. All I see is an empty parking lot, the brightness of the lantern in the light pole shining down on the pavement. As I turn and quickly walk toward my car, my inconceivable thoughts consider driving around to the back where the dumpsters are. I slowly drive to the end of the shopping center. Left is the back towards the dumpsters. Right is home, safety. Holding my hand to my pounding throat, I take a deep breath. I look around and see no one close by. Noticing a little traffic across the street near a 24-hour gas station, I pick up my phone. Who do I call? I put it back down. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. What if that woman needs my help? What if she's crazy and attacks me? What if she doesn't even exist? Am I dreaming? Damn it, what do I do? Did I see her? It's so weird. I've got to go left.
This old heap. Timothy stopped at the gate. This house gives me the creeps. We're not even past the front gate yet. I don't see why it creeps you out. It's attractive, well kept, clean. Deborah studied her friend. It looks like it's breathing. That's funny. I'll grant you it's a big old house, but it's in mint condition. Come on, you'll probably have to show it at some point, so you need to familiarize yourself with it. Where's the front door? Up the stairs and to your left? Oh, I took a look at that brick wall in front of us and thought the house had sealed up its own entry. Will you stop? You're beginning to creep me out. Sorry, I'm overreacting. I don't even believe in ghosts, for Christ's sake. I've got the key right here. Wait till you see the entry hall. It's one of those Trost masterpieces. What year was it built? 1908. It was owned by the same family for over 100 years. They sold it in 2010, and now, 7 years later, it's on the market again. Wish I could afford it. Wait a minute. Is this the old Robinson mansion? The current owners are Mr. and Mrs. Herrera. I don't know the name of the previous owners. Like hell you don't. This is the house where old man Robinson was murdered 12 years ago. The heirs sold it in 2010 because none of them wanted to live in the old heap. There we go. The hinges do creak a little, but what do you think of the old heap? Wow, a bit dark, but it's obviously a showpiece. It's too dark. Wait here, I'm going to let some light in. Deborah disappeared into the darkness. Several minutes passed before the utter silence became oppressive. Deborah? Where are you? Do you need help with the drapes? Only a mocking echo replied. Timothy stood, rooted. Then, a vice-like hand gripped his right shoulder from behind. Before he could scream, Mr. Herrera's voice pierced the silence. My wife told me you'd be here. Mr. Herrera, what brings you down? You don't need to be here. I wanted to go through the house one more time, preferably not alone. It feels different now that it's empty. Why didn't you want to go through the house alone? I'm not sure. Where's Deborah? I thought she was here with you. She went inside to open the drapes, must have gotten sidetracked. It's a chore finding those controls in the dark. I'd better give her a hand. I'll go with you. Here we are. The control buttons aren't responding. Better turn on a light switch. It's getting darker with the sun beginning to set. The light switch isn't working. It should be working. We never discontinued utility service. Let's open the drapes by hand. I'll follow you into the living room. You know this house, and I don't. Best to get some light in here, or we'll be tripping over ourselves. As if to prove that what he had said was true, Mr. Herrera suddenly tripped to the floor with a thud. What happened, Mr. Herrera? Are you all right? I'm okay, Timothy. The rooms are empty. What caused you to stumble? I think we just found Deborah.
Hello, my story is Fiend. I stopped doodling poodles when the oh-so-special and oh-so-smart Mr. Weingarten calls on me. What is the significance of the hound in the novel The Hound of the Baskervilles? Jennifer, thank you for volunteering. He grabs my notebook and holds it up to the class. The giggles and sneers make me slouch in my chair. I knew he was going to pick on me, so I have an answer memorized. I say, the hound is a huge, supposedly supernatural being that haunts the family in the novel. Almost satisfactory, he says. Then he moves on to someone else. Too bad I don't own one of Doyle's fiendish Doberman pets. I'd sick him on every person who has ever bullied me. Like teachers who call on you when you're doodling. After school one day, I'd bring Fiend in on a chain. I restrained the dog which lunges at Weingarten and shows his ominous fangs. Allow me to explain, sir. I pull the dog back as he snaps at the teacher's ankles. I doodle because you are not that interesting. Entertain me, or I will sick this fiend on you one night late when you are walking home from a restaurant. His eyes are fixed on the dog's phosphorescent jowls. Okay, yes. Jennifer, I promise. I will make the class more interesting. Would you like to rewrite the syllabus yourself? Now you're talking. Second, I'd wander into the girls' locker room with Fiend when only Cass is there. Her hair hangs stringy and sweaty, and with smudged makeup, she's just a sad little clown. One who always points at me when I'm on the trampoline behind my back. Not anymore. Cass gets a glimpse of the beast's red glowing eyes and lets out a blood-curdling scream. I see you like my new pet. Cass is shaking. I can see it in her knees. Next time you decide to laugh at me when I'm on the trampoline, remember, I know what time you walk home after practice. And Fiend loves the smell of sweat. No, please, don't hurt me, she says. From now on, better save your hyena laughs for something truly funny, like your expression right now. Next, I'd corner Travis on the soccer field. I mean Fiend would. Travis falls back on his butt as Fiend charges at his throat. The coward lifts his hands to cover his pretty face. Remember how you shunned me when I asked you to the winter carnival dance? Does Fiend here change your mind a little about that dance? He stares at the giant nails on the dog and sobs like a baby. Oh yes, Jennifer, I would love to go to the dance with you. Jennifer? Someone's calling my name. Jennifer! It's my teacher. Join us, if you will. I pull myself out of my daydream to a room full of snickers and smirks. It's Mr. Oh-so-special and oh-so-smart Weingarten bugging me again. I repeat, what is the symbolic significance of the moors in Arthur Conan Doyle's novel? The moors, the moor is the place in England where The fiendish hound haunts the family in the novel. You gave us nearly the identical answer 30 minutes ago. Try something more original next time. At the bell, I grab my bag and run to the curb, where good old Mom waits in the Volvo. Good old Mom rolls down the window and shouts, "Jennifer, how many times have you told you, do not slouch, it makes you look insecure?" Yes, ma'am. I want to shrivel and disappear down some deep dark hole, because slouch is exactly what I did when oh so special and oh so marvelous Weingarten called me out. I open the back door so Fiend can jump in. "What are you doing, Jennifer?" "Nothing, just throwing my backpack in the back." I climb in front, cross my arms, and inhale deeply. Then intentionally let out a noisy sigh. Something good old Mom really hates. "Jennifer, seriously?" "Yes, seriously. At least it's a first step. I can hardly wait until I'm the Jennifer Weingarten, world-renowned veterinarian, model, author, and billionairess. And the best part? I won't ever have to take English class with Dad again."
Fearful Freddy. "Hey you, come over here and hurry up." "What do you want?" replied the small young boy as he walked down the school hall. "Do you know who I am?" asked the tall boy as he towered over the smaller of the two boys. "No, I don't know who you are. I'm Fearful Freddy." "Oh yeah, I've heard of you. You want to know why I'm called Fearful Freddy? Look at me. I'm big, tall, tough, and mean. Now, what's your name?" "Dixon, but my friends called me DK." "Well, Dixon, I'm not your friend now, am I?" DK took a look at Fearful Freddy and said, "I can see you're big and tall, but why do you think you're tough and mean?" "Look, I'm bigger and stronger than you, and if I want to, I can beat you up or hurt you or take your lunch money." "And then what?" asked DK. "Would that make you any taller or bigger than you are?" "No, but other kids would be scared of me when they find out what I did to you." "And then what?" "And then others wouldn't like you. You wouldn't have many or any friends." Fearful Freddy thought for a moment and replied, "Gosh, you're right. As it is, many people stay away from me. Come to think of it, I hardly have any friends at all." DK continued, "And that's because you frighten and scare them away." "But aren't you afraid of me?" "Oh, heck no, I'm not afraid of you, but I do feel bad for you." "Feel bad for me? Why?" "Because," DK explained, "I know that way deep down inside of you, you're a really nice and likable person. You don't need to be bullying and scaring others. You just need to realize that other people, other kids will like you if you're nice to them. My father once said that hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." Taking a deep breath and feeling a calm and peace come over him, Fearful Freddy put his hand on DK's shoulder and said, "Sounds like your father has the gift of wisdom. I'd like to meet him someday." "I'm afraid you can't," said DK. "He died in 1968. "Oh, I'm sorry, Dixon. I really am," replied Fearful Freddy. "That's okay. But now, getting back to you, Freddy, you need to make a change in your life, in your attitude towards others. Like plowshares that turn over the earth, you, my friend, have to turn over your life. Treat others, everyone, with respect, kindness, dignity, and love. And until that happens, people will shy and stay away from you. They won't like you. Is that what you want?" Fearful Freddy thought for a moment, and then a smile came across his face. "Dixon, I can do it. I can become a better person, but I'll need your help. I'll need you to introduce me to some of your friends so that they'll see that maybe, perhaps, possibly know that I'm not the bully I think I am. And I promise I'll try very, very hard to treat others with respect, kindness, dignity, and And love. Yes, love, replied DK. Hey, Dixon, asked Fearful Freddy. You said your friends call you DK. Can I call you DK? Yes, but only if instead of calling you Fearful Freddy, you let me call you Friendly Fred. It's a deal, DK. And by the way, what does DK stand for? DK are the initials of my name, Dixon King. As they walked down the school hall, Friendly Fred asked DK, "Can you tell me more about your father? He seems like he was a very wise man, and I'd like to know more about him." "Well," began DK, "in 1953, my father married my mother, Coretta Scott."
The old woman. There was an old woman who had a beautiful young bird, but she saw that her little bird was not living up to his potential. It was not resourceful, blossoming slowly or not at all. She loved her little bird, so she thought, maybe my little bird needs a new cage, maybe new surroundings, or a new kind of food. So the old woman took her young bird and put it in a new cage, surrounded it with new friends, blue jays, canaries, doves. She loved her little bird and wanted it to be happy and creative. She hoped the little bird would sing a new song to life. She was a brave old woman. She was afraid, but loved so much that she let the bird go. And the little bird, well, they say it grew strong, it grew wise, with a magical gift as it flew through the skies. It could change of color, of size, and wing spread. It flew north, it flew south, east, and then west, and went where it was called. It was seen on the towers, it was seen on the square. With the pigeons it talked and shared all their cares. Across Olympic Village in snow-white display, on the island of Alcatraz, on the window one day. In El Yunque, the rainforest, in March it dissolved overnight. It was there in Silao, Guanajuato, on the shoulders of Christ. On the mountains of Fuji, across Jeddah Stream. In the bush of Nigeria, over the snows of Alaska, along the pipeline. It flew and it flew. It grew strong, it grew wise in all that it knew. And the old woman grew older, reached her resting place. And they say as she slept, she looked satisfied, with a smile on her face and a bird in her heart.